and crinkled her nose as the cider's bubbles rose and tickled her. She fixed her eyes on the couples on the dance floor, doing her best to ignore Jasmine and the feeling of anger she felt brewing inside. Jasmine was tapping her fingers atop the silver tablecloth. "Well, it looks like it's going to be the party of the century, Kai." Jasmine's tone belied her words. "At least the party of the week." "Well, I'm not as important as you and Jefferson. I don't get invited to all those posh affairs. It's the first time I've been to a party since my separation." Kyla's light brown eyes softened. "Are you okay? You know you can talk to me." "Nothing to talk about. I'm fine. Look at me." Jasmine made a sweeping gesture with her hand across her body. "Do I look like I'm suffering?" Kyla smiled. "Jazz, you look great." "Yeah, the Commodores call it a brick house. And to think in a little while I'll be 40. Kyla laughed. "What's so funny?" Jasmine smirked. "Remember, 2 weeks after I hit that big number, you'll be joining the club." "But we still look good, girl." They laughed together. "We do, don't we?" But a second later, Jasmine's smile slid away. "I just hope someone else will notice." "Don't force it, sweetie. It might be a little too soon for you to get involved with anyone." "Easy for you to say. You have a man." Kyla reached over and squeezed her friend's hand. "I'm just trying to pass on some good advice." "How can you give me advice on something you don't know anything about? All you know is perfection, and I don't feel like being perfect right now." "I'm not perfect, Jazz." You're as close as any human being on earth will ever be. Just ask my father, my sister, anyone we know, they'll tell you." Her words sounded bitter. "How can you say that? You know me better than anyone except for Jefferson, so you know my laundry stinks just like everyone else's." Jasmine couldn't suppress a laugh. Kyla half smiled. "I just want you to be okay." "I'm fine," Jasmine sighed. "I'm not going to sit here and talk all night when all these fine men are waiting for me." Kyla's eyes followed Jasmine as she sashayed across the room. She shook her head. But right now, she didn't have time to worry about Jasmine. Standing, Kyla edged towards the crowd, knowing it was just as important for her to meet and greet the guests as it was for Jefferson. She moved shyly along the perimeter of the room, watching as the waiters bustled around, clinking glasses, making sure no one was ever empty and plates were never bare. The guests gathered in clusters, and the conversation and laughter mixed with the music to form a melodic hum that floated throughout the air. Stepping forward, Kyla finally entered the arena and paused to chat warmly with each person, spending a little extra time with the guests she knew might later become benefactors of the medical center. As she continued her stroll, Kyla was embraced and kissed at every turn as if it were her birthday. She picked hot hors d'oeuvres from the trays and, with a fixed smile, searched for Jefferson, finally spotting him at a table with a few of the other doctors. As if on cue, Jefferson turned and looked directly at her with a twinkle in his eye. Heat rushed to her face, and Kyla instantly thanked God their 9-year-old daughter, Nicole, was spending the weekend in San Diego with Jefferson's mother. She turned away, afraid that others at the party would be able to discern their telepathic messages. Jefferson's gaze fortified her, and she continued her stroll, pausing at the stage that had been set for the DJ. "The music is great," she smiled at the DJ as Marvin Gaye crooned, "What's going on?" A small circle had formed in the center of the dance floor. Jasmine was in the middle, with her arms high above her head as she cha-cha'd with Ian Hollis, an accountant for the medical center, who was swaying more like an exotic dancer than a numbers cruncher. As the crowd cheered, and Marvin continued to ask about picket lines and brutality, Jasmine's hips swiveled deeply. "I had a feeling you'd like the old school theme." The DJ's words snapped Kyla back. Turning away from the dance floor spectacle.